what's up? I've had a couple of people ask me how I mixed One Get Wonder Nu Metal in a video I just posted. So we're going to start from the master bus and work our way down to the actual drum preset. Okay. Last thing on the mastering chain about this was grayed out. It was printed grayed out. So last thing on the mastering chain was BX Master Desk Classic by Brainworks. I don't think I touch anything. I just throw it on there, THD all the way up, and then back it off until it doesn't sound like the mix is exploding. Alright, and we got a loudness meter. That's just all I use it for. No, generally where I'm at. Alright, then we go to the sub mix. This is where every instrument in the project goes. Starts with TRX 1 or TR5 1. Preset, push a little more. That's it. Alright, TRX 5 quad comp. Preset, more bite. When it has more instruments in here, it does a lot more. But yeah, just those two presets. This is stock soothe, I believe. Yeah, stock. Really gets rid of that problematic area right there. I don't like at all 5K. I fucking hate 5K. And then T-Rex 5 brick wall limiter, increase by 3, decrease by 3. Just squashes the whole mix a little more when there's an actual mix in here. Super fast attack, super slow release. That's where all that goes. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Alright, now let's go to the drum bus, which feeds into the sub mix. First plugin, D of Smack. Smack to 40, Excite to 20. Don't touch it. That's it. This plugin is ridiculous. Alright, we got a bus compressor. I usually set this up about the same with these three, with a ratio at 4, attack at 10, and release at 6. I rarely ever turn this on. I pull down the makeup gain all the way down, and threshold, I usually want my shells, like kick snare or kick and toms, hitting about -4, and my snare about under -8. Yeah, that's about right. Next is Soothe. This is from stock. All I've added was this huge hump at the bottom to get rid of any of that super low sub that'll fart out a mix if you're not careful. Like, I love a deep kick and low toms, but it gets to be too much sometimes. So we just drag this all the way down to 20, raise the Q and the shallowest slope possible. This one is default, what Soothe comes with, so we're not talking about that one. 1K, we're boosting by 2 dB, and 2.5 boosting by 4 dB. On this snare, 1K, I didn't like it that much, so I want to take a little bit out. 2.5 is usually where I don't like bottom snares. They just feel a little gross to me right there, so I kind of take some of that out. And 8K, 2 dB, it just soothes out the cymbals a little bit. Soothe. Then a brick wall limiter that is on clip mode. This is T-Rax 5 brick wall limiter. Max it out, take it all the way down. Fast attack, slow release, and just clip mode. And this is my drum room. So if this is hitting about -15 for the bus, yeah, I want the drum room to be just sitting a decent amount under that, because I automate this up and down for some sections, but it usually lives around -30. It is T-Rax 5 farm zone room. I don't think I touched anything. Well, I'll leave these up for right now so you can just copy the settings. If I did, I know I turned it down, but I don't think I touched anything. I lied, I touched a lot. Holy shit. Okay, so let's go through this. Let's see. Increase the size of the room all the way up. Input down. Threshold down, mix up. Threshold down, mix up. So we're crushing both stereo and mono rooms. These faders haven't changed. Sucked out the lows, sucked out the highs, boosted the lows by a lot. I want a lot of weight coming from this. And since it's tucked so deep under the mix, it's fine if it's super low indie, because it also is getting the Soothe treatment. And sucked out the highs, boosted the lows on the mid. Yeah, and turned down the volume. And boom, stock Soothe 2. But I changed it from soft to hard and as fast as possible. Doesn't really do much. You can live without that. Alright, so that was the drum room. Let's move to the actual printed track. This just has Saturator X, T-Rax 5 on it. Stock. Turn on brick wall. That's it. Alright, then to the preset that I've made for these drums. So this is just my regular drum tone or drum chain that I'd put 90% of drums through, and then I would tweak the faders in the plugin until they're sitting pretty solid. So let's start. Let's hear what this sounds like coming straight out of the plugin. This is just going to the main bus. Kind of unimpressive, but you run it through the rest of this stuff. Crazy. Alright, so from stock, kick down to 12, snare is 3, side snare 6, these all the toms were down to 9, overhead's down to 12, and room is down to, what was that, 24? Yeah, 24. The balance, these haven't been changed from the stock preset. This room is, or the reverb is 34 for the kick, the snare, all 3 times, 34 for each. The snare reverb is 30, and we have 52 for the overheads and 70 for the room. We have parallel and master EQ on, and this pink track is where the MIDI, that's just the regular MIDI from the plugin, and it gets dragged down to this printed track, which runs to the drum bus, to the instrument bus, and to the master bus. And that's how I mixed these drums. Yeah, the only one important one is that this is getting sent, the drum bus is getting sent to the drum room reverb at, I think, Unity. Yeah, 0. Alright, hope that helped. Hope you enjoyed. Hope your drums sound sick. Bye.